All right, this is another video that I have for the people that entered into the DTR challenge of how to track macros. So first and foremost, you have your macros set. This video is not discussing what a caloric deficit is, a maintenance or surplus, because I've done that time and time and again. If you want to lose weight, you eat in a deficit. If you want to gain weight, you eat in a surplus, okay? There's no such thing as bad or good foods. I would say that there's healthy and unhealthy foods, but you can have foods that you like and enjoy in moderation. Okay, so in the next video clips that you see, I'm going to teach you how to hit these numbers, because with the DTR challenge, we're going to give you macros. The things I'm going to cover is how to track, how to read a nutrition label, and how to make an adjustment, and cheat meals. Can I have a question was, should you have a cheat meal? Okay, so I'll cover those in the next clip. All right, so let me answer a few questions before I thoroughly explain how to read a nutrition label and track foods. All right, so when it comes to macros, we've had multiple people ask, can you have a cheat meal? Okay. When it comes to having macros set to you, I don't even like to say the word cheat, because to me it sounds like you're cheating on the plan, and cheat meals are supposed to be implemented into the plan the correct way by a coach. With that being said, if you ate Monday through Friday clean and healthy, and then you go have a cheat meal on Saturday, you more than likely can't stick to it, because you go into a surplus on that day and even probably to the weekend. So when we coach someone, they are implemented in the correct time. So with that being said, there's no cheat. I heavily even said herself that we advise y'all to stick to the plan, and no, you shouldn't have a cheat meal, because I don't even use that word, that term into the plans that we use. With that being said, the macros that we give you, our golden rule is eat 80% healthy, nutrient-dense foods, and 20% foods that you enjoy. What I mean by whole nutrient-dense foods is healthy foods for you, the lean meats, the not processed foods, the rice, the potatoes, the veggies, the fruits. If your day comes from eating healthy, nutrient-dense foods, then towards the end, or if you plan for it, you can have little treats here and there, okay? So later on in the video, I'm going to show you how I hit the macros that I had on the board earlier, and it's tacos. And you first, by understanding macros, you cannot think, oh, tacos are bad for you, burgers are bad for you. You can't, you have to lose that mentality, because if not, you're gonna be completely mentally screwing up how to do this, okay? So with that being said, I have some foods here laid out that I'm gonna read the labels to you, and then I'm gonna show you how to scan and maneuver things in the app. With that being said, in the MyFitnessPal app, do not add workouts into the MyFitnessPal app, because it will add back calories for you to eat more because you worked out. So if you have that turned on, you need to turn that off. Do not track no workouts in the MyFitnessPal app. Okay, so the first thing I got for y'all. For me, since I started going back to school and teaching during the day, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I stick to the same foods over and over because it's convenient for me. When I was in college and I worked at the nightclub, bar, or whatever in my college, and I had my floor classes, I was more flexible. I was making quesadillas every day. I was making burgers every day. I was even making desserts, everything. But since I'm on a routine schedule, I like to have my meals planned out for my daily routine. Okay, so my morning breakfast is usually egg whites and some oatmeal and some almond butter. Egg whites has protein in it, oatmeal has carbs in it, and then the almond butter has a little bit of all three. That's what you need to understand when you're tracking that some foods are gonna have more than one. But almond butter, peanut butter is gonna be more fats in it, healthy fats, okay? So, what I have here is instant oatmeal, low sugar. I just like this one. I usually eat 2 packs, okay? So, I'm gonna read the nutrition serving. So, focus in on that. Okay, so if you're looking at this, for 1 packet, it's 2 fat, 24 grams of carbs, and 4 protein, okay? So, my Fitness Pal, you can easily open my phone up and scan it. All right, so if I eat 2 packets, do simple math. 2 times 2 is 4, so that's 4 fat. 24 times 2 is 48 grams of carbs. 4 times 2 is 8 grams of protein. So one more time. You just, since I'm eating 2 packets, you just multiply it by 2. Okay? It's that simple. This right here, if you do not have time to cook, then I suggest getting foods that makes it easier for convenience. There's literally minute rice that you can put in the microwave for a minute and then you can eat it. This one is as well, okay? So this right here is for 1 serving. It's 2 servings per container. So that's what you gotta be careful of when you track. You would have scanned this and then just measured it for 1. But you have to read it where it says servings per container contains 2. So it's 8 fat, 64 grams of carbs, and 8 protein because it's 2 servings to it. I hope I'm not confusing y'all because this is logic math. So this is a simple thing you could use for convenience and makes it very simple to use in the food sources that you're gonna have for the day. All right, now we're getting into some of the snacks that I like to throw in. Okay, so if I want a snack, I like to eat these rice cakes, the caramel ones. Okay, so I'm gonna read the serving. Okay, so for 1, it's 0 fat, 11 carbs, 0 protein. It says protein less than 1 gram, but I'm just gonna say 0. So if you eat 4 of these, it's 44 grams of carbs. 11 times 4, 44. Sometimes I don't want 1 of these, so I eat a Rice Krispie treat. Okay, that you can do that when you count macros. On this one, for 1 bar, it's 2 fat, 17 carbs, and 0 protein. This is gonna keep me fuller, but sometimes, of course, if you're eating the same things and get tired of it, I like to switch it up and enjoy Rice Krispie treats. All right, now you've seen us share some of these, okay? Protein Quest chips. You don't have to drink protein powder every day unless you want to, okay? I'd rather eat my protein or enjoy it with a protein bar or one of these chips. So I'm gonna read these off to you. 4.5 fat, 4 carbs, and 20 grams protein for just this whole bag. 20 grams protein, okay? 4 ounces of chicken usually ideally has about 22 to 24 grams of protein. So 4 ounces of chicken or this. That's what you need to understand logically thinking when you count macros. All right, so since I showed you how to read a nutrition label, it is now up to you to learn how to read a nutrition label. And now I'm gonna show you how to track portion or track a meal, okay? And then later on I'm gonna show you how to log it into MyFitnessPal. So I really like to have food prepared and cooked at least 3 days, for 3 days. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday cook some more until Thursday and Friday, and I'm good, because then I have the weekend, okay? For people that have more flexibility, moms and stuff like that, I still recommend you to have foods cooked and prepared and eat the same things until you get this down. Don't try to wing it, because you're gonna be, at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna hit, what I'm gonna eat. So I highly suggest, if you do not know how to do this, to plan out your day the night before. Okay, So we start from complete zero. All right, turn it off. All right, so I'm gonna turn on the scale. You zero it out. It's on zero, okay? I'm gonna put 4 ounces of chicken in here. All right, I'm not gonna chip on that, okay? 4 ounces of chicken. I typically have 4 to 6 ounces of meat with about 40 grams of carbs before I go lift float, which I'm about to do right now, okay? So I'm about to weigh out 100 to 200 grams of rice, depending on what my macros be for the day. I already told you what they are. So let me zero this out. I personally, let me change it to gram. Gram. I'm gonna do 180 because I already plugged it into the app for this, I believe. If not, then I'll correct myself. All right. I went over a little bit. Boom. Okay. So now that I have this weighed out, you need to know how to put it into your app, okay? So when it came to other foods in my FitnessPal app, I'm gonna have to show y'all. I think I've showed y'all already how to do this. But in this app, you go to, is it focused? You go to add food. You can scan things, okay? I have tenders in there, I think. Yeah. Okay. So this is the ones I like to get. I like to get tenders because they're lower in fat. All right. So I just scan this, scan it. So you need to know how to work this. All right. So look, I'm glad that this showed y'all how to do this because this is incorrect. All right. So this says it's 19 fat. If you look here, it says it's 0.5 fat. So that's wrong already. And I'm glad that showed y'all because I was going to talk about that. So what I'm gonna do, and what I suggest, is because I already have it in here. Right there. 4 ounces, this says 4 ounces, 0.5, 26 carbs. 0.5, 26 protein. 0.5 fat, 0 carbs, 26 grams of protein. It is accurate to what this is. If I scan this, it would have gave it wrong to me. So going back to what I was saying, I'm glad that showed up wrong, because if you have to double check yourself sometimes. That's the bad thing about my FitnessPal, but I know how to use my FitnessPal, and I would choose this one over any other Counting Macros app because I know how to use this. I know how to double check myself for that. All right, so also, another thing that I want to show y'all with my FitnessPal is if you wanted to weigh in gram, here's 4 ounces, here's 1 gram. Okay, so I'm gonna do ounces, okay? So say I ate 6 ounces. You have to move this, 6 ounces. Then it calculates up for you, okay? All right, so I'm just gonna log out because I think I have food already for this day to show y'all. Yeah, I already do. So then my nutrition is just gonna add up. If you remember my macros earlier, earlier from the other clip, I had 140 protein, 190 carbs, and 60 fat. Put it back on me. I highly suggest to be 3 to 5 grams off of your protein and carbs. 2 to 3 off your fats. It will be hard to get them adjusted to that, but that's why I suggest playing with it the night before. In the next clip, I'm gonna have my computer. I showed you how to weigh out a meal. I showed you how to track it. Let me show you the rice. Let me see if I did this correctly. All right, yeah. So 4 ounces of chicken tenders, 180 grams jasmine rice cooked. That's a meal. That's a meal. Okay? That's gonna add on into your whole daily macros. Later on, I'm gonna have my computer and I'm gonna go down through the day of what I just put in for those macros. Those macros are not mine. Those macros are not yours. So if someone that's don't use those macros. I just made those up. Okay. With that being said, I want to. This is in the PDF. I personally like to weigh my meats cooked. There have been some things and people that I know that like to weigh their meats raw, but the way I look at it is I'd rather have meats prepared for days and just weigh it that way. Being more consistent is what matters. I'm not about to just weigh out 4 ounces, then cook it, and then leave that not cooked. That doesn't make sense to me. Weigh potatoes and rice cooked. Oats dry. Anything else? Okay, everything else is usually scannable. Another thing, another tip, liquid calories and dressings, creamers, those things will sneak up on you. So I'm not gonna say cut them out, but you should. If it's a liquid calorie, you need to track it. And when it comes to veggies, when we coach people, we tell them not to worry about them. Green veggies, spinach, green beans, asparagus, eat them with your meals at minimum 2 or 3 times a day. Okay. If you're taking, I forgot what those girls take. What is it? Green foods. What?
The red and greens.
The red and greens by who?
One Up.
One Up. Or even I think Alani has some or something.
And Ghost, yeah.
Ghost. The supplement where you can drink your greens if you don't want to eat them. That's cool too. Okay. But I highly suggest eating those veggies because I stay full with them. I don't want to depend on a pill or drink whatever. That's just me. You could do that though. What else? Don't weigh those veggies. You can eat a good amount, about a portion. I would say if you're gonna weigh them, weigh about 100 grams of the veggies, or 4 ounces or something like that, or 3 ounces, to stay full and for micronutrients for healthy reasons. When I used to count macros, a lot of people even now are against it. They're like, oh, you're counting macros. They're suggesting you can eat things you want. That's not what we teach. We want to teach people to eat healthy foods, but still eat things in moderation. When I first started learning about macros in 2012, it was a lot of people in the fitness industry that was trying to put as much of shitty food in their diets to still see results, but that's not healthy for them. Okay, if you see the type of things that I eat daily, I eat healthy because I feel way better with my skin, my hair, my nails, and my mind and body. I feel I have more energy with the correct foods that I eat. So yeah, I believe that's all I have for y'all right now. The next clip is the computer one, and I'm going to show you the thing that I had for the day and how I'm still having tacos while hitting my macros. And then yeah, see you then. All right. Now I have my computer pulled up and I have everything through my Fitness Pal, and then other than me having my phone over here and just going like this, I pull this up here. One thing that I forgot to mention is with reading a nutrition serving is that, come on there. Okay. Serving size, it says half a cup. A lot of people, when they first start getting into it, they just measure in volume. So they would get a measuring cup and measure it half. Why we don't suggest to do that is because that's not accurate enough for us. We want to know exactly what you put in your body and how much. So let me go one more time. It says half a cup. But if you see right beside it, it says 53 grams is a serving. So if I'm going to make some pancakes, then I'm going to weigh out 53 grams of powder. Not measure it to half a cup, because that could be 63. It could be 43. So being as accurate as possible is 53 grams. So whatever the nutrition serving says, if it says ounce, measure to the ounce. If it says gram, measure to the gram. If it doesn't have a scan barcode, like a banana, then look up, but search banana raw. Do not weigh the banana with the peel on it. Take it off, put it on there, and weigh it. It's ideally around 130 grams. But there's some bigger bananas and small bananas. There's different fruits. So if it doesn't have a barcode, or you have to search it, and then you have to, ideally it's with fruit. So you have frozen fruits that tell you the nutrition serving, or if you get fresh produce, like an avocado or blueberries, then you would weigh out the blueberries. I would go by grams. That's just me personally. You can do ounces, but I like to go by grams. Okay? I hope that's all. I hope that's everything that comes to mind. Okay. So, this is what I have inputted to hit the macros for the day. Can you see it? Mm-hmm. All right. So, for breakfast, I have 2 of those instant oatmeals, then 2 large eggs. Boom. The oatmeal has 48 grams of carbs. You see this? It adds up for you right here. Boom. What you need to understand is that whole eggs have fat in it and protein. This is just an example. For a snack, I have 1 light string cheese. Those are my go-to for protein. This is what I measured out earlier. 4 ounces of tenders and 180 grams of jasmine rice cooked. That's how detailed I am. Meal 2 is something where, oh, you can't eat tacos because you're going to get fat. Tacos, I'm Mexican, I can't diet. It's fucking hard. No. Listen, watch this. I have 5 ounces of chicken thighs right here. Chicken thighs have more fat in it. Fat. So you don't have to eat chicken all the time. If you want to eat shrimp, eat shrimp. If you want to eat chicken thighs, eat chicken thighs. If you want to eat salmon or flank steak, you have to understand that those come with more fat. That's why being on the meal plan, someone's telling you what to do. You're not learning nothing. This is you're applying yourself so you can learn how to do things and make this a lifestyle. So let me go back to this. You have 5 ounces chicken thighs, cooked. Remember, we do cooked. You have 1 tortilla, carb balance whole wheat tortilla. Then you have 3 ounces of avocados, 20 grams of fat-free cheese, HEB, and then 80 grams of black beans. If you put that all together, what does it make? Fucking tacos. Let me continue. All right, meal 3. Obviously, I don't have all meals and things. I should put this in some snacks, but it is what it is. I weighed out a banana, hypothetically speaking, 150 grams. Almond butter, 30 grams. Yasso bar and tortilla Quest chips. All this foods, if you add them up, which MyFitnessPal will do, I have it in a negative. I made a video how to set your macros to total and goal. Go watch it. This is just how I do things. This isn't my macros, so once again, don't go try to hit them. I have 186 carbs. The goal was 190. That's okay. Fat, 63. The goal was 60. That's okay. Protein, 139. The goal was 140. That's okay. Don't worry about sodium. What other things that people talk about?
Sugar, fiber.
Sugar, fiber. Go back. In the questions that's in the PDF file, you should be eating 20 to 25 grams of fiber for bowel movements and health reasons. Don't understand the bigger picture first before you start getting confused on saturated fats and sugars and well this and this. If you don't have this concept down, then you can't even go into the other details. This is where people said that they hear things and read things, they quit. That's your problem because you're quitting. You don't understand the logic of the concept of the macro bigger picture. Once you understand this, I even made another, what are macros? Data supports it that if you eat 80-20, then you are able to still reach your goals and still be healthy. Okay? So, now let's do something else that people think that's unhealthy for you, a burger, okay? I don't have buns, but I'm just gonna use, where's the bread at? Oh, bread. Okay, imagine this is a bread. This is a bun for a burger. This is a bread, but it's just a carb source. Just a carb source. And then you would buy some ground beef, make it into a patty. That's protein. And then you get a slice of cheese, which isn't that much of that bad of a macros, unless like even if you have high macros, you can get pepper jack cheese. That's higher in fats. Anyway, you can eat that because if you're in a deficit, you will get progress. Okay. So lose that mentality of bad or good foods, whatever. Other things that just popped on my head that I would believe that's informational for y'all. Can you eat out? I suggest no for these 31 days, but later on, yes. I've shared restaurants and fast food places that are macro friendly, and they have the macros in the foods. The reason why I suggest not to do that now is because if I go order a number 6 and my beautiful girlfriend orders a number 6, I'm pretty sure that it's the meats are gonna be different. It's not accurate. Okay, so that's why I suggest not doing that right now. Later on, sure. All right, so I hope that made sense to y'all, and I hope I was able to break it down simple enough for y'all to understand, because I promise y'all that this stuff is not hard once you understand the concepts of logic, math, and understanding what foods are what. It is the person's fault that say, oh, I don't know how to do it. It's because you lack the discipline to learn how to do it. That's just fucking facts. Oh, it's hard. Shit, algebra's hard. Not kind of macros. That's the way I look at it. If you hit your macros consistently for 14 days, then make an adjustment. What I mean by that is the macros that we give you. This is what varies between our coaching and to what we have y'all doing. Okay. We have very different adjustments when we get coached by somebody because we talk to them, every day and they check in with us weekly. The suggestion that we have for y'all to make an adjustment if you don't see any progress is take 25 grams of carbs off your initial macros and 5 grams of fat for your initial macros. Could you do more? Possibly. Do we suggest it? No. Because if you put in the work and you're seeing progress, it's not broke, don't fix it. If you're not seeing progress, sure, make an adjustment. But don't go too hard, because after the 31 days, we hope that you continue doing this and then take off another 25 or 15 or 20, so then you can continue your progress later. Later on after 31 days. Later on until December, until the new year. So, going back to the other video I made first, do not cut your shit in half, because it's going to bite you in the ass later. So make that slight adjustment that is in the PDF file. And what else was I going to say?
Rest days.
Oh, yeah. All right. Last thing. On rest days, if you're not working out, you're not lifting, you can do a cardio session, but we highly suggest that you move. Don't sit on your ass all day. You should be at least try to walk 10K steps. Because you have to think about it this way. If I'm consuming this amount of foods, and if I'm not working out, then I'm not burning as many calories as if I would if I was working out. If I'm here on this day and I'm not training, but I'm consuming the same foods, then I should be more active to try to balance that out. Because the caloric deficit is you're burning more calories than you consume. That's what it is. So I hope this video was very informative, and good luck to y'all. This is gonna help y'all. If you apply yourself, you will learn what foods are what. You will learn to enjoy foods that you enjoy and not restrict the foods that you have before. If you stick to this, expect to change. If you fall off, expect saying I did something that didn't work for me because you didn't stick to it. And this is why we preach what we say. This method is gonna help you make it a lifestyle. So, good luck to everyone that entered, and may the gains ever be in your favor.